Hello everyone. So yeah, we will be start our webinar very soon. Yeah, just to check with you all. Can you guys hear me loud? Okay. If yes, help me to vote yes. There will be a pop-up there. Yeah, I saw someone already respond. Yeah, I guess everything is good. Okay, so let's start our webinars today. So basically today we will talk about crude oil lah. So at last 2 weeks, which is 9th of September, we already have our part one. If let's say you guys haven't catch up with us, you miss out the chance to catch up with us, never mind, because after this session, we can arrange our own coaching section. If let's say you are really interested and you would like to find out what we talked about on the part one session, do contact us. So our detail will be on the at the end of the webinars lah. So yeah, so let's start our webinars for today. Yeah, by the way, I'm your MC and also your speakers for today. I'm Brian from Kota Damansara branch. So if anything's in between the seminar, between the webinars, you have any question, do feel free to pop us on the question box lah. Okay, let me close the vote first. Okay, let's start our webinars for today. So yeah, as usual, we have to mix our disclaimer here. So basically, this presentation did not reviewed by the Securities Commission and is just providing you the general information only and does not constitute any recommendation. If let's say you are looking for some recommendation, you should look for your financial advisor and so on and so forth lah. Yep. So yeah, let's continue. So first of all, let's talk about what is Philip, and do let me introduce you about our company, Philip Capital. So Philip Capital is incorporated in 7th of October 1995 lah. We are wholly subsidiary of Philip Capital Holding Sdn Berhad, as we formerly known as Philip Futures Sdn Berhad lah. If let's say you are our clients as before, you found out that we had changed our name, right? Mainly it's because we have a M&A with the Alliance Investment Bank. So start from last year onwards, end of the last year onward, we start to offering the stocks products lah. So we are trading participant of Bursa Malaysia Directive and also a participant organization of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. Of course, we are also a license holder of CMSL lah. So that's why we can do the brokerage service to all clients and non-client. So as we know, Philip Capitals is a nationwide corporation. So we have different branches in all around Malaysia lah. As you can see here, we have 11 branches included our branches, Kota Damansara branch. And if let's say you are currently staying in Klang Valley, there's only 2 branches you can approach to. So the first one is our headquarters, which is in KL, which is Jalan Mekuansing nearby the KLCC there. And the other one is our branch, Kota Damansara branch. And of course, we not just focus on the Klang Valley area. We also focus on Penang, like Malacca, maybe Kuantan, JB, and so on and so forth. And also goes to the East Malaysia as well. We have Kuching, Cebu, and also KK branches. Okay, I would like to take this time to thank all our clients, no matter you are clients or non-clients, because we are getting an award from the Bursa Excellence Awards lah. From last year onwards, we got the Best Retail Directive Trading Participant for the first runner-up and the second runner-up for the Best Overall Directive Trading Participant. So without you guys, we can go this far as getting all these rewards lah. Okay, about our global networks, right? Since we are our mother company, basically our mother company is in Singapore. So with Singapore facilities, right, we're able to connect all ours. We can like reach all the products from different kind of country lah. As you can see, like the Japan, Australia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, Singapore, UK, and US. They're also located. There is a branch there in the specific country lah. So our coverage, as mentioned, we did a lot of the different kind of product from the different exchange. So here is the exchange we did offer right now. So you can see that there is a US exchange, like Eurex exchange, include ICE. It's quite important for if let's say you are interested to trade in crude oil, because not just crude oil, there is also something called Brent crude oil, the one we already covered in the part one. And not just focus on crude oil, of course, our home country, Malaysia, Bursa, and also our neighbor, SGX. Not only that, there's some very important financial hub in the Asia as well, which is Hong Kong and also Japan. Okay, okay, why you should choose Philip, right? Because we are one of your financial one-stop financial solution. So we do offer three type of products. Mainly is three types lah. There's futures, equities, and also CFDs. So for the futures, we did offer index futures, agriculture futures, metal futures, energy futures, and also interest rate futures. For the equity or stocks, there's Malaysia futures, US futures, Hong Kong, Malaysia shares, US shares, Hong Kong shares, Singapore shares, and also Australia shares. Yeah. Lastly, we do also offer the CFD, which is contract for difference. We are mainly focused on the top 100 of Bursa CFD shares, NYSE shares CFD, and also Nasdaq share CFD. Other than shares, right, we do have something called US indexes CFDs. It's quite similar with the index futures, but by time to time, maybe sometimes you can switch to the US CFD because it may provide you lower brokerage as compared with the futures. It depends on the market lah. So there's another topic. But if let's say you are interested, we are very welcome you to ask us. Yeah. Philip Capital as your broker of choice because we are one of the winning multi-asset broker. We provide 24-hour brokering execution support, advisory service, latest market news, wide array of product, and also online account opening is totally for free. So how do you learn with Philip? Of course, there's some seminars or webinars like today's session. And not just seminar and webinars, you can also book a coaching section with us, no matter what kind of coaching you want. And lastly, we are providing the free account opening for all. Okay, for the free one-to-one coaching section, right? Basically, not just the topics here lah. So let me introduce about the topics we'll be talking about first. First of all, is the introduction to the specific instrument you want to trade lah. So it's either it can be futures, can be CFD, can be stocks, can be ETF as well. Yeah. The next thing is the product knowledge, platform coaching, charting system, so on and so forth. So we can customize based on your needs to providing you the coaching section lah. Okay, for the upcoming seminar, right? You may ask, after this seminar, there is another seminar or not? Yes, there's few more seminars or webinars coming in this Friday, and also next Wednesday, if I'm right. So you can just scan this QR code, and it will relocate you to our website. So we go into the website, you can register the seminar or webinars there lah. Okay, yeah. So next. Just now I mentioned about weekly market call, right? Basically for every week, we will have two type of market call. So for the first one is the market views and updates. It is on every morning, 11:15 a.m. This is by our own house research team. And the second market call is the live counter technical analysis. If let's say you are very looking for the technical analysis, you can join this call as well. It's on every Monday as well, but this one will be at the night of 8 p.m. by Zen our technical analysis. Okay, yeah, you may scan this QR code or else you can just let us know and we will help you to register, or you just drop by to our website. You will find all this information. Okay, next is the OAO. We call it OAO, like it's online account opening. So previously we just offer OAO for the futures and also CFD, but nowadays we starting to announce that we have a stocks account with online. So you can basically just scan this, go in and fill up your basic information and get an account and start trading with us lah. And it's totally free. Yeah. Okay, just scan the QR code if you need it. Okay, before we start our presentation, right, let me introduce you about our trading platforms. If let's say you are mainly focused in the futures, this is something called Flip Nova lah. Okay, Flip Nova is there is over 90 technical indicators. You can buy sell directly from the chart. Other than that, right, there's something called market depth. this is very good for those traders or investors who are really looking for scalping lah, because you can directly click it and directly place order right there. And since we are multi-nation corporation, right, we do offer local and foreign products lah, and live market news and price alert and so on and so forth. If let's say you are really keen to open up a futures account, I would do suggest you to try out our demo account first. So for the demo account, right, you can scan the bottom left QR code in order to register a demo account. For the demo account, it will be valid for 30 days, and there is a 15 minutes delay on the price feed lah. But the one is just for you to do the paper trading. Yeah, to just try out our platforms, and maybe you can try to implement your strategy in it lah. Okay. Yeah, the next one. Yes, for the stocks one, previously we have two platforms, which is PGM and also the Philippine Trade. If let's say you had open account with us at the early of the years, but after that, in the second half of the year, we do announce a new platform which allow you to trade both local and foreign stocks in one platform. It's called PGM 2.0. PGM stands for Poems Global MY lah. So you can just add in one stock into your watch list. It can be Malaysia shares, it can be US, Singapore, Hong Kong. Yeah. So yeah, and for the next thing, in these platforms, right, we do have charting indicators. It's very easy to use lah. Maybe later our presenter will teach you how to use up the things and look at the TA. Okay. Not just that, we do have an exchange top mover like the powerful stock analytics and also the market depth on these platforms. And lastly, for the CFD, basically it's quite similar with the stock platforms, but yeah, it will be trade on the CFD products lah. So CFD product mainly will be trade the top 100 shares of Bursa and also US shares law. Is very friendly user interface, I would say, and live charting, price alert, live market, price monitoring exchange, and advanced type of orders lah. Okay, for the promotion, currently we running two promotion. The first half is the trade and earn with Philips. So for this promotion, no matter what type of product you did trade about, you can be entitled for it. With the base of the promotion will based on the brokerage of your account being traded. If let's say you trade more, then you will be rebate more. So from the time start from 1st April until 31st of December, maximum of the what you can earn up to is 1,800 ringgit lah. So we still have 4 months more until the end of this campaign. So do grab the chance to join this campaign lah. I would say it is quite worth lah. Okay, so if let's say you are interested, you can scan the QR code right at the right side lah. Okay, next. Okay, the next campaign is the UX Index CFD. Basically, it provide a lower brokerage when you trade UX Index CFD. Like I mentioned earlier, it might be cheaper than the futures contract lah. So if let's say you are actively trading in the US Index CFD, you may look into this. Okay, yeah. So without further ado, let's start our topic for today. So the title for today is Trade Crude Oil Like an Expert for Stocks, ETF, and also Futures. You may saw that this is a part 2, right? You may ask, so where is part 1? Part one already passed. Is on 9th of September. It's a seminar in Kota Damansara. But if let's say you did not join our part 1, that's totally fine. You can request the slide, or you can request a coaching section with us, and we can explain to you one by one. It will be very simple. It's very easy to understand. If let's say you are totally new, like beginners is able to understand. Okay, so let's start our webinars for today. So today we'll be mainly talking about the fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and we will demonstrate how to start your trading with using the technical analysis lah. So for my part, I will be mainly focused on the fundamentals of crude oil markets, and next part will be trend, and trend will be mainly focused on the technical analysis part. Okay. So for fundamental analysis, right, as I said at the part one, before we start investing in anything, you have to know what are you currently doing. You cannot like, oh, I just follow people's, when people trade crude oil, they say crude oil can earn a lot of money, then I just follow. No, no, no. That's not the way to do, no matter it's trading, no matter it's investing. So you have to know about what is this. And fundamental analysis take a quite a big portion of it lah, because fundamental analysis is a process of determining the model price of your investment. It can be like stocks, it can be ETF, futures, or CFDs in now and in the future using the factors like microeconomic data, like macroeconomic data, and also industry financial conditions. So before you really want to understand about the fundamental analysis, like you should ask yourself first, since it's a commodities product, right? Like crude oil is a commodities product. Like Malaysia most famous commodities, it is the FCPO, right? Futures crude palm oil, and it may be gold, or yeah, basically commodities is mainly focused on the supply and demand. Now, when what happened to the supply and what happened to the demand and what happened to the price. So the first thing you should ask yourself is, where does the supply and demand will move? If let's say in the future supply will increase, then what you should do? You should short, you should long, you should buy the ETF, or you should sell the ETF, buy the stock or sell the stocks. So the second things you should ask yourself is, what is the price at the later date? So you need to predict what is the price on the futures. If let's say you are trading in crude oil, you believe that in the futures, you believe that crude oil price going to drop. So what you're going to do? Are you going to buy futures contract? No. Are you going to sell futures contract? Yes. Are you going to buy some stocks related to the crude oil? Yes, maybe yes, maybe no, depends. So here's come very important for the fundamental analysis. And lastly, is the current price is overvalued or undervalued? So usually people will buy when there is undervalue and sell at the overvalue parts lah. But how do you determine overvalue or undervalue? Okay, so let's talk about the macroeconomic factors first. So as you can see, there's a picture at the right side. What is macroeconomic? Macro basically is mean the whole nation, whole world, what happened to the world. Economics, yeah, economy is quite simple, it's economics lah. Okay, so macroeconomic factors, you can look into the current market economy condition. It can be like marketing economy data like GDPs, it can be like inflation rate, it can be like unemployment rate. So by using this kind of economic data, right, you can determine what's your position in buying or selling. Other than that, right, because since a lot of the instruments are regulated, so policy from the regulators are very important as well lah. Unless you are trading in those like Bitcoin, it doesn't have any regulators. But other than Bitcoin, all the it can be futures, we have the futures regulator. Stocks, we have the stocks regulator. For Malaysia is Bursa Malaysia, right? Yeah, so basically this is the two factors that will shifting the price to higher or lower. Okay, so let's talk about for the first one. Yeah, by the way, if let's say you guys have any question, do feel free to type in the question box. We will answer a question at the end of the webinars or in between the webinar. Okay, so first of all, let's look into the fundamental of WTI. WTI crude oil. So before this, right, you have to understand what is EIA. EIA crude oil inventory. What is EIA? Okay, you may see here, Energy Information Administration. Basically, is U.S. Energy Information Administration. So from the U.S. word, right, you can know about this product we are going to talk about is the WTI crude oil instead of the Brent crude oil. If let's say you join our first seminar session, we did mention about what is WTI crude oil and what is Brent crude oil and what is the difference of these two lah. Okay, so if the end of the inventory the increase, right, what happened when the supply the increase? Usually there is a supply and also demand. When supply increase, which means that demand will get lesser. So when the demand get lesser, right, what happened to the price? which means less people chasing for too many goods. So when less people chasing for too many goods, normally the price will goes down lah. If let's say with the situation if let's say in the end inventory decrease, then what happen? Usually they will be vice versa lah. If let's say supply decrease and demand increase, so many people chase for less goods, so normally the price will goes up. So as you can see, here is the graph for the inventory of the US crude oil, US WTI crude oil. You may see although there is not a significant drops from the inventory, there is drop from like maybe 446 460,000 barrels, maybe dropped to like 410,000 barrels. That's about maybe like about 10% drops. Okay, so what happened to the 10% drop? Usually they will reflect on the price of the WTI crude oil. So yeah, so as you can see, right, the dropping start from the middle of May and early of June, and you will see that from the middle of May until today, right, the price this goes up because the inventory did drops, so supply goes down and the price goes up. So because this is because of the too much of people chasing for too few goods lah. So this is the reasons. So if let's say you are trading in WTI crude oil futures, right, it's quite important. As you can see, this is our platforms, Philip Nova. This chart is from our platform, Philip Nova, and this contract is 9max WTI crude oil lah. So as you can see, the price are steadily going up lah. Okay, so this is the reason of the price goes up because of the inventory drops. So this play quite an important role if let's say you are trading in the crude oil. So other than this, right, what the other factors that they may affect on the crude oil prices? Yeah, so the next thing is the seasonalities. You may ask, oh, why crude oil? Crude oil, anytime, anywhere, I can dig the hole and just pump it from the ground to use it, right? Unlike the maybe like some agriculture futures, because agriculture futures they require some seasons, like maybe during the sunny time they will more fruits, so the production will grows up. What about crude oil? Actually, crude oil they have their own season. You may think people use crude oil for what? Usually crude oil are mainly used for pump petrol, right? So when will people pump petrol? When they need it, when they need to travel, maybe like when they're taking a flight, when they travel from maybe like KL to JB or KL to Penang, and so on and so forth. So there is also a seasonalities for the crude oil futures and also the crude oil, WTI crude oil. Mainly we talk about WTI crude oil. So you can saw that during January and also the October, November time, usually the crude oil prices will go down because the demand of the crude oil will be decreasing. You may ask why? Why during this time the crude oil demand will go down? Because October, November, December is still okay lah. You saw that December is still going up. And also January, February, because this is the low season that people used to travel around the US. Why we say so? Because October, November, December, January, and February, right? It's the winter during the week. It's a winter season at the US. That's why people are going to less travel, and when they are going to travel back. So basically during summertime people are traveling all around at the US. So there's with the summer and also winter. So there's come out something called seasonalities. So during summer times, usually the demand of the crude oil will be pumping up lah. So this data we are getting from the equity clocks, this is quite accurate lah because they takes up the 20 years average and comes out this data lah. Okay, yeah. So if let's say you planning to start to trade the crude oil, you can looking at the seasonality as well lah, by not just looking at some market economic data and so on and so forth. But we also talk about the economic data. Yes, next is the inflation. Inflation is quite simple lah. It's basically inflation and also the crude oil prices are correlated, positively correlated. When the inflation goes up, usually the crude oil prices will be goes up as well lah. We just take a very simple example here. So during 2020, right, during the COVID time, government are keep printing money to help all the citizens, right? So during that time, more money, which mean there's also a high inflation rate lah. When the high inflation rate coming, people are spending more. So there's more demand, and also bring up to the supply, right? Because during the pandemic time, people are not allowed to work, so the supply is getting lower and lower, but too many people chasing for too few goods. So what happened? People will rather pay more in order to get the supply, in order to get the goods. So that's why this boosts up the price of the crude oil. And during the times government helping, so the inflation this increase. So whenever there's a move in the inflation rate, right, you can see there's a reflection on the price lah. So you should looking at the inflation rate. No matter how, I believe everyone will tell you this, inflation rate is very important. That's why Fed keep decreasing to control everything, because otherwise the price will keep going up. Maybe one barrel of crude oil will become $200. Nobody knows. But yeah, it's a good news that crude oil did decrease back to like 70, 80s, but right now it's still pumping up back to like 90 until today lah. So later I will talk about why does the crude oil back to 90 US per barrels. So yeah, inflation is positive correlated, and it's very important if let's say you are trading in the crude oil. Okay, so for the last one, for WTI crude oil, you may ask, what is Baker Hughes oil rig? What is oil rig? Okay, oil rig, basically you can refer to the picture of the right hand side lah. Oil rig is the machine that pump out the crude oil from the ground. Yeah. So if oil rig count the increase, meaning to say the supply will be increasing mainly due to the high demand, because there's not gonna be suddenly they just open up the oil rig in order to pump the oil, right? So when there's a demand, they will choose to increase the oil rig lah. Will operate the oil rig in order to get more supply, because it is a very good price now. I can sell for more profit. So usually this is how the company does. So if oil rig count increase, typically the price will goes up. If oil rig count decrease, typically the oil price will goes down lah. So how do you check the oil rig data? So the oil rig data, there is only one major oil rig company in US, which is called Baker Hughes. So you can just go to Google and find out how many of the oil rigs currently did increase, and they will come out some data to let you to compare lah. So as you can see, if let's say you compare with maybe by month to month, by year to year, you will see that for this week, for last week, I would say, for last week, the oil rig did increase because the price did increase. If let's say you refer back to the futures price, you will see the correlation between these oil rig counts and the price as well. Okay. Okay. So for the next one, I did mention about the economic data and so on and so forth, right? So the next one is the regulators who have the control for the crude oil products, no matter it's WTI crude oil or Brent crude oil. But the regulator we'll talk about is OPEC lah. You will often see this OPEC word in the maybe in the news or the H or the stars, like those articles, right? But do you really understand what OPEC is? So OPEC is the short form of Organization of the Petroleum Export Country. So what they are doing, so basically OPEC is to coordinate and unify the petroleum policy of its member country and ensure the stabilization of the market in order to secure and efficient economic and regular supply of the petroleum to the consumers lah, to make sure the crude oil price did not uh, monopoly by someone and is fair to all the users and so on and so forth. So this is how they are doing, like just like our securities commissions, like our Bursa Malaysia to control, not to control lah, to make sure all the trades are good and do not have anyone suffer from the monopoly status lah. Okay, so basically this is how the OPEC work. So yeah, as you can see, here's some example. How does the OPEC could influence the price of the crude oil? So before I continue, OPEC are mainly focused on the Brent crude oil lah. Brent crude oil is also quite useful because mainly of the Brent crude oil like are used for flight fuels and so on and so forth, because Brent crude oil are normally dig from the seas. So it's dig from the seas, is easier to transport all around the world. So the costing of transportation and so on and so forth will be cheaper. So people are choosing Brent crude oil instead of WTI crude oil. But WTI crude oil is mainly used in US lah, in the state lah. And you know, right, US is one of the strongest country in the world. So a lot of people are referring to their indicators and so on and so forth. But Brent crude oil is quite important. I would not say not important lah. Okay, so yeah, so we refer to this article. He said that Saudi Arab to further reduce the output as OPEC plus. OPEC plus is the alliance of the OPEC. Basically, they are managed by OPEC like this, like similar with OPEC but with the plus to manage from different country as well. So OPEC plus sticks to 2023 production cut targets. So as you can see here, right, OPEC they decided on the 4th of June to maintain the production cut targets for 2023, but agreed to start a new lower target on 2024. So they agreed to cut some production, some output from the Saudi Arab. So what happened next from the June onwards? So yeah, so here's the price. When June, right, OPEC plus they announced to supply cut. When there's supply cut, which means the supply of the products will be decreased. So when supply of the product decrease, what happened to the demand? Demand still maintain. Demand did not increase or what? So when the supply decrease, meaning to say too many people chasing for too few goods. When too many people chasing for too few goods, what happened to the price? Price will only get affected. Price will be increasing. So that's why you can see the Brent crude oil price did increase from June. It's about maybe $77 per barrel until today. It's about $94 lah. There's a huge increase. If let's say you catch this trend in the futures market, you might be earn quite a lot of money already. But never mind. If let's say you didn't catch this, it's okay, because in the futures, I believe you can catch the future trend with us lah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, this is how OPEC doing. So you have the choice of investing in WTI crude oil or Brent crude oil. But first of all, you have to understand the fundamental analysis lah. Okay. So that's all for the macroeconomic factors. Let's talk about the microeconomic factors. Microeconomic factors are, as compared with macro, right, it's harder to understand because it might bring you to more small parts in all for those like companies who are producing in crude oil, like those company, what happened to their management, their business policy, these kind of things. So we will be mainly talking on these two. The first one is the management. The second one is the business policy, and also the company earnings lah. Okay. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, we talk about the management first. Anyone heard about Sapura Energy before? Yeah, I guess if let's say you are often to trade in stocks, I believe everyone heard about Sapura Energy before. Like during 1015, right? The price is about 2 MYR or 1 point something lah. Until today it's about 0.05 cent. Yeah, it's quite dumb. What happened? What happened in between these companies? So Yeah, if let's say you are very interested about this company, right? You can look into this articles. It's cover story lah. It's talking about what happened to the Sabra Energy. But let me brief you through sorry, brief you through what happened to this company. Yes, basically what happened to this company, right? Why I put the management here, because during the time, during 2017 time, they changed their management. So previous management is Kencana management. He left, and next who comes up become the director is the someone called Shahril. And Shahril, they did some very bad decision, which is they're having a bad acquisition, especially on the. So I did mention earlier, for crude oil, the first thing you have to drill it. Drill it either is from the ground for WTI crude oil, or drill it from the seas will become Brent crude oil. So after they had acquisition, right, they bought over a lot of the drilling asset, and yeah, so there's expenses there, but with the expenses, they did not generate much income from the usage of the expenses. So what happened to Sapura? Sapura Energies was slowly burned, crisis waiting to happen lah. So in 2018, the shareholder, including our pension fund, which is EPF, voted against the reappointed of all the company directors, including the new director, which is Shahril. Perhaps there's attempt to force accountability upon those who have made the strategy mistakes. So, however, the bid of outstanding Shahril failed, and the EPF did pull out the stakes from this company. So when the EPF, because EPF is quite trustable, right? So whenever EPF invest in any company, people are chasing that company. So when the EPF pull out from the company, everyone will pull out from the company. So yeah, EPF did a very aggressive move for this company. So it makes the company share price drops a lot. So why did I say so, right? Oops. Yeah. So you can see the price here. So yeah, from the peak about 2 point something, 2 point something drop until today. The latest one is 0.05 lah. This is a huge drop, and I believe they currently is in PN17, and likely they will be delisted lah. So this is how does the microeconomic factors plays around when you do the investment. So whatever you do, whatever you invest in, the first thing is to understand. If let's say you are investing in this company, you have to understand what happened to this company. All the director are doing those decisions, are they are doing for the good sake, or they are just blindly do some betting on like purchasing the drill for the crude oil or what. Yeah, so this is a very interesting company story lah. Okay, so other than that, right, you should also look at the financial statement. Yeah, you may ask, where did I get this financial statement, right? Basically, this is all generated from our platforms. It's called PGM 2.0, Poems Global MY 2.0. So this is our Poems Global 2.0, Poems Global MY 2.0 chart lah. So you can saw all the indicators I putting like MACD, RSI. There's more, but in order to make it more clear, I put lesser lah. Okay. So other than the charting system, the graph system, we do also have analytics for all the companies. You just type in the company you want, and all the balance sheets, the financial statement, it will show up. So let you to compare. So this is quite important when you are looking into this company microeconomic factors. So as you can see here, here is the financial statement. I have circled the very important parts. You can see the net incomes. It keep on in the red words lah, I would say. In the red words, which means is keep on negative lah, meaning to say this company did not earn anything. So if let's say you saw some financial statement keep on losing money in every years, like this might be the things you have to look at lah, have to be aware at. Okay, so you can look into the net income, you can look into the total asset, total liability, total total equities, and so on and so forth. But not just only focus on the dropping or increasing lah, because sometimes the total asset drop, the total net income drop, the liability drops, or the equity drops, there is come out some reason lah. You have to study about what happened to the company. So you can read through their annual report. Maybe you see here like 2019 that have a lot of cash. What happened to the next year? Suddenly, all the cash are suddenly to know where does it goes. So you have to read about the financial annual report as well, but not just looking at this. But for this financial statement, right, you can saw that it's normal. I would say it's normal. It's normal you have read words in maybe in a year, but if let's say in a consecutive 5 years, and there's something you to have to be aware on. Okay. So other than this, right, we do also can look into some ratio lah. So with our function of the financial analytics, when you search a company, we will pop out those like EPS, like earning per share, dividend per share. So this function can enhance your ability to choose the stocks or choose the ETF lah. Okay, so you can saw their return on asset basically is all negative, return on equity is basically all negative. So not putting much on this company already lah, from 2 ringgit drop to 0.05 ringgit. Yeah, there's quite a lot of drop. So yeah, this is the microeconomic factors you should look at lah. First is the management, and second is the financial statement, included balance sheets, so on and so forth. Yeah, so basically that's all for my parts that talk about fundamental analysis. And for the technical analysis part, I will pass to my colleagues, which is Trent. So yeah, I'll pass to, hold on, yeah, of course, if let's say you guys have any question, do type on the question box to let us to answer at the end of the seminars. Okay. Okay, Trent. There you go. All right. So I'll pass the time to you, Trent.
Can I check? Hello, good afternoon. Sorry, good evening, everyone. Okay, I hope everyone can hear me. If you can hear me clearly, please type yes in the chat box. Okay, can you all see my screen as well? If you can see my screen, I can hear me clearly. Please type yes in the chat box. No. Okay, so all good. Then we will. I shall start my sharing to all of you. Okay, so just now my colleague Brian already shared to all of you regarding the fundamental part of trading crude oil. So basically, there's a few things that you need to look at, particularly on the economy part of the things, and also the microeconomic part of things. So now the most important one is using technical analysis to time your trade. Okay, to time your trade in trading assets related to crude oil, for example, futures, stocks, and also ETF. Okay, it's quite important. Okay, so when you time your trade well, okay, you are able to gain a better profit as compared to someone who doesn't time their trade well. Okay, so the main purpose of technical analysis is to allow you to time your entry point and also time your exit point. Okay, which I'll share to you later. Okay, so a basic definition of technical analysis. So basically, technical analysis is a method of evaluating securities using statistical analysis of price and volume. So basically, you are using historical data, okay, to predict future direction of the securities. Okay, securities could be ETF, stocks, and futures. Okay, and technical analysis usually use charts and identify patterns rather than using intrinsic value, which is fundamental analysis. Intrinsic value, looking at all those ratios, all those net income, financial data, and so on. But technical analysis is a totally different level. It's also known as an art, where there's no fixed way of using technical analysis. It's rather you combine here and there and use it to your preference. Okay, you can combine different types of indicator, and if it suits you and it suits your trading style, okay, then you can use it. So it's more to an art rather than a science. Okay. Okay. So as a trader, you need to you must be able to do these four things. Okay. For you to be a successful technical analyst. Okay. First, you must be able to identify the trend. Okay. So identify trend meaning to say the market is going up or going down. We shall share to you how to look at market going up or market going down. Okay, there's three phases: up, down, and sideways. Okay, you must know what is the current market condition. Once you know it, then you can derive your strategy accordingly. Then the next thing is to determine your entry point. Okay, now you know the market is going like this. What's the next thing you do? You determine where can I enter. Where can you enter? Okay, after you enter already, and next thing you need to know, where should I take profit and where should I stop loss? Okay. And the next thing is to calculate risk and reward ratio. So this risk and reward ratio is to allow you whether have to help you to judge whether this trade is worth it or not. Okay. If I have a big risk and a small reward, is it worth it? Should I take this trade or should I not this trade? We will share to you how to determine how to calculate your risk and reward ratio. Okay. So trend. So basically, trend is a general direction of a security or a general direction in which a security or market is headed. So basically, uptrend is identified as higher high and higher lows, while downtrend is lower low and lower high. Okay. That as mentioned previously, there is three phases of trend, not three phases, three types of trend: uptrend, downtrend, and sideways. Now I'm showing on the screen one is the downtrend. So you can see on the screen here, you can see there is I draw a trend line to help you all easily identify whether it's a uptrend or downtrend. Currently it's a downtrend. You can see high, lower high, okay, lower high and lower low. Okay, so this is a downtrend. It's quite straightforward. The example I'm showing you is quite simple. So I assume that a lot of you are still beginners here yet, don't have any investment experience and want to learn more about what we share. So I'm doing more basic sharing, okay, for technical analysis. Then uptrend. Uptrend basically you want to draw a trend line that's sloping upwards, and you can see higher high. Okay, all these higher high and higher lows. Okay, it's sloping upward. Then sideways. Okay, sideways basically the market is not moving up or moving down. It's just moving sideways. Okay, how you can identify sideways or horizontal trend? You can draw boxes. Okay, I already drawn on the screen here a few boxes where the market is consolidating. Okay, so sideways is particularly useful to identify. Oh, sorry, you need to identify sideways before a large movement happens. Usually, after the sideways market store for some time. Okay, then usually there will be a large movement either upwards or downwards. So that is the time when you enter the market during sideways and you wait for it to go upward or downward. Okay. Okay, now we want to determine, after you determine all the trend already, the next thing you need to do is determine the entry point. Okay, so the basic rules of determining entry point is to buy low and sell high, or sell high and buy low, depending. If you're on the uptrend, you want to buy low and sell high. If you're on a downtrend, you want to sell high and buy low. And the next rule is to buy at support and sell at resistance. Okay. Okay. Now I mentioned support and resistance. So what is support and what is resistance? Support is basically a level, a line. It could be a level or a zone. Sorry, a line or a zone where demand is perceived to be strong enough to prevent the price from falling further. So basically, at support, the price trying to push down, but it cannot push down because there's too many buyers there to take the price. So because usually support level is when price is cheap. Price go down too cheap, okay, everyone want to buy. So there's a support level there, support the price from going falling further. Then resistance level is the opposite. So when price go too high, okay, then everyone want to sell because you want to sell high, right? Everyone want to sell so that when price reaches a certain level or certain zone, okay, it's too high, everyone's selling, nobody want to buy, no more buyer, then the price stuck there for a period. Okay, that's when the resistance level are formed. Okay. This is an example on how to draw support and resistance. Okay, one more rule of drawing support and resistance is try not to strain your eye. Okay, try to find the most easiest support and resistance level to be identified. Okay, because if it's easy to identify, most likely another trader or another market participant out there is looking at the same thing. If you try to complicate your eyes and try to draw a support resistance that is hidden, most likely other will not be able to see, only you can see. So try to draw those that obvious, so everyone will think the same thing. Okay, then that's the support resistance. So I've already circled some of the circle and also draw on the chart the support and resistance on the screen. Okay, another rule is you want the support resistance to touch as much as possible. So basically, when price come down, you will keep retesting the same level. So there's a lot of touches on this particular level. Then you can draw a straight line across, and this is your support level or your resistance level. So resistance level will be touches upwards, support will be touches downward. Okay, so this is the thing that you want to identify when you draw support and resistance. Okay, if you have any question, feel free to type in the chat box. Okay, I scared I'm going too fast or you all couldn't catch. Okay, so then the next thing, after you identify your support resistance, you identify your trend. Okay, then the next thing you need to do is you want to identify something else to support your entry point. Okay, these are three useful patterns. Okay, three useful entry patterns which allow you to identify your entry point. Okay, first off is double bottom or double top. Okay, so you can see on the screen here, double bottom, basically at the support, the price touches at least 2 times, sometimes could be 3 or 4 times, triple, proper, bottom, and so on. But you want to ensure that the price go down to the support level and touch at least 2 times before it bounce off. That is the support. That's a double bottom. So when you see a double bottom, is a pattern that identifies that's going to be a buy. The market is pushing upwards. Okay. Then for double top is the opposite. Is the opposite. When price go up, okay, the price go up, it touch 2 times, cannot go higher, then drop. That is the double top. Okay, is it basically the invert of a double bottom. Okay, so this is one of the pattern that allows you to identify whether market is going to a reversal. So you can will help you to identify your entry point. Okay, we usually want the market to reverse, then we enter. Then the next pattern is head and shoulder. Okay, so head and shoulder, there's 3 parts of it. The formation will be slightly longer compared to double bottom. Double bottom you need to touch 2 times only, at least 2 times. But this head and shoulder, there's 3. You got 3 phases. First, you form the left shoulder. Okay, the left shoulder usually is a lower high, is a high. Then you form the head. The head usually is a higher high compared to the previous shoulder. Your left shoulder, the head is always higher than the left shoulder. Okay, so in other way, it's still a higher high. So there's no change of trend yet. Okay, there's no change of trend yet. Then the next thing comes a lower shoulder. A lower shoulder means the sellers are coming in already. The sellers are coming in. Then the market is ready to push down to do a reversal. Usually, head and shoulder it forms during a uptrend changing to a downtrend. Okay, uptrend changing to a downtrend. So we want to identify the highest point for us to sell. Okay, the best possible highest point for us to sell. So we want to look at for this head and shoulder pattern. Okay, once they form the second shoulder, okay, you can look to sell. And for buy situation, an inverted head and shoulder. Okay, you just take this screen, you invert it. Okay, then you will have a first part you will have a left shoulder which is a low, then you have a head which is a lower low, then you have a right shoulder is a higher low. Then once you got this higher low which is the second shoulder, the left right shoulder, then you can look for buy. Okay, that's the inverted head or shoulder for buy situation. What I've shown on the screen is a sell situation. Okay. Okay, so I shared with you all the patterns already. Now, another thing is we need to ensure there's a trend line break before we identify entry point. Okay. So you can see how a trend line break works is First, you draw a trend line across, touches all the point of the lows. Okay, these are uptrend. These are uptrend. We want to sell at the highest point. Remember, I told you always sell at the highest point. Sell high. For sell situation, you must sell high and buy back low. Okay. So first off, you need to connect all the lower lows to form a trend line first. Okay, to form this trend line. Then the next thing we want to look for, we wait until the market go as high as possible until they hit a resistance. Okay, now it's time for the market to break the trend line. Then we look to sell. Okay, where at which exactly point to sell, I'll show you later. But we want to look for a trend line break. Okay, before we can start selling. Okay, now we combine what we learned, the three things that we learned earlier. Okay, trend line break, head and shoulder, or double bottom, or inverted double top. Okay, combine it together to form a higher probability of winning in your entry point. Okay, so this is what happened. So first off, there's a head and shoulder happening first. Head and shoulder means what? The market is reversing. Okay, you can see left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder form already. Then the market is going, trying to reverse already. Cannot go higher. Stuck at the resistance already at 116 there. Okay, 116. Then the next thing happen is trend line break. Trend line break around 113. Okay. Then at around 113 there, trend line break. Then there is where your entry point. Okay. You have two confirmation. First confirmation, head and shoulder for market reversal. Second confirmation is trend line break. Okay. So with these two confirmation, it helps you to identify your entry point. Okay. Usually whenever you trade, try to find as many confirmation as possible before you enter into trade. So these are the two confirmation that I share to you, which is the head and shoulder formation and your trend line break. Okay. Sometimes the head and shoulder might not happen. It might be a double top, okay, or triple top, or four top before the trend line break happens. Okay. When this thing happen, you can look for sell. Okay. Then the next thing, after you enter into your position, okay, then what is the next thing you do is you know determine where you should take profit and where you should stop loss. Okay. The main basic rules for stop loss is always stop loss as a previous support for long position and stop loss as previous resistance for short position. Okay. Then for take profit, similar, you take profit as the resistance for long position and take profit and the next support for short position. Okay, I'll show you visually what it says theoretically. Okay, now use back the same example from just now. Okay, you entry around 113, you enter around 113 already. You identify your head and shoulder, you identify your trend line break. The next thing is your entry point, you enter already. Okay, so next thing you need to identify where is the next support for me to take profit. Now I already draw you few lines lah. Okay, so there's a major support and major resistance, and also some minor support and minor resistance. Okay, so major support will be at 107. Okay, you can see on the screen 107, and major resistance is 113 where we entered just now. Okay, because you see price break here, come up back, touch 113 and go down. Okay, that's where entry point. Okay, then price come down to 111. Okay, 111. Then it bounce up back a bit and test 2 times at the minor support. Okay, that could be your first take profit point. Price come down, bounce 2 times, cannot break through. You try, that could be your first take profit point. Okay, so if you, let's say you enter 2 contract or you enter 10 contract, you can take half the profit. Meaning to say, we call it scaling out. Okay, scaling out. If you enter 10 contract, you reach your first minor support. Okay, then you take profit, half of your profit. Maybe you got 10 contract, you close 5 contract first. If you're holding 2 contract, then you close 1 contract. I mean a futures contract. If you're holding 2 contract, you close 1 contract. Okay. If for stocks and ETF, same case also. If you are holding, let's say 500 units, you close off 250 units first. Okay. If you're holding 5 units, you close off maybe 2 or 3 units first. Take some of the profit off the hand first. Then you move your stop loss to the entry point. Okay. You also can move your stop loss to entry point. Okay. Then you can see price after touching the minor support, the first minor support here at 111, it bounced up back. bounce up back to test our minor resistance around 112 there. Okay. If your entry at 113 during the second test is still safe here, minor resistance here. Okay, so you can place a stop loss at your, you can move your initial stop loss from above 113 to above 112. Okay, then price go lower to the second support at around 109. That's your second take profit point. So by this time you already have two take profit lah. Okay, so before price bounce up back to 113, if during this, after this second take profit, okay, then the price bounce back to 113, usually will stop out all your trade. But however, based on this trade, you already secured two take profit points. One is at 111 and another is 109. Okay, so this is a crude oil futures, no crude oil futures. So $2 difference is very huge. $2 difference in crude oil futures is very huge. Okay, so this is how you can do example on how to use stop loss and take profit. Okay, then the next thing, now I mentioned to you risk and reward ratio. Risk and reward ratio will help you determine whether this trade is worth it or not. Okay, usually based on most traders rule, average traders rule will be to at least have 2 reward to 1 risk. Okay, that meaning to say, if you will have 10 points losses, you need to have 20 points take profit. Okay, for every single trade, average on average, every single trade, you have to have 2 times your risk. If you, let's say, 10 points stop loss, then you need 20 points take profit. Okay. The table that I shown to you is basically to a simulation that says that based on certain take profit, what is your break-even win rate that require. Okay, so example, we start with 1 to 1, but if let's say your risk is 1 and your reward is 1, meaning to say for every trade, let's say you got 100 trade, okay, 100 trade, each trade is 10 point loss and each trade is 10 point win. On average, 10 point loss and 10 point win. Okay, for every trade, maybe this trade you lose 10 points, then the next trade you win 10 points, and the trade you win lose 10 points, and the next trade you win 10 points like that. Okay, on average, So what's your break? If you want your capital to grow, you will need at least 50% win rate. Okay, I mean this is doable for beginner, 50%. Okay, is it like throw a coin, flip a coin, 50% win rate. This is for break even only. Just to break even, you need at least 50% win rate from 1 to 1 risk reward ratio to break even. Okay. Now we go to slightly, let's say you're a beginner, your risk and reward, your win rate might be lower. Let's say you win rate only can win 1/3 of the time, 33%. Okay. For you to break even, okay, for you to break even, you need to have at least 2 to 1, 2 reward to 1 risk. Okay, this one, 2 reward to 1 risk, 33%. Look at 33%. So if you win 1/3 of the time, okay, and you have risk reward, your risk reward is 2 to 1. For every trade, you usually win 2 times and 1 loss. Okay, then you just have to win 33% of the time to break even. If you win more than 33%, meaning to say you are profitable, your portfolio will continue to grow. Okay, then we look at slightly pro one. Let's say usually pro trader is around less than 25% and above one. Let's say you perform bad, very bad. You only can win 25% of the time. Okay, if you win 25% of the time, you need at least 3 to 1 risk reward ratio to break even. If you couldn't achieve 3 to 1 risk reward, meaning to say your portfolio will not be sideways, not break even already. It will be going down, every trade going down slowly. That's your portfolio. So if you win 1/4 of the time, 25%, you need 3 to 1 risk reward. Okay. Okay, this is how for beginner usually your win rate will be around 50% to 67%. Okay, if let's say 50% to 33% your win rate. Okay, so you need a bigger risk reward ratio to ensure your portfolio will grow. Okay. Now let's say for pro trader. For pro trader, usually their win rate is around 67 to 75% win rate. Then they have a luxury here. They can have more risk. Let's say 67%. Then they will have 2 times. They can take on 2 times risk and 1 time reward. for them, for their portfolio to grow. Okay, break even 67. If they earn more than they win more than 67, they only need 2 risks and 1 reward. Okay, basically for every 10 points risk, they only need to win 5 points for their portfolio to grow. So okay, but provided you are very good, like your strategy have 67% win rate, then you can do this kind of thing. But if you are beginner, you are not you are new to market, your winning rate probability might only be less than 33%. So we advise you to take at least 2 reward and 1 risk to ensure your portfolio will grow. Okay, all clear with this, right? If you have any questions regarding this, please type in the chat box. Okay. Then the next thing, how to calculate the risk and reward ratio. I'll do income. This one I've shown the slide here is the one that I show mathematical calculation. Okay, first you need to identify where's your entry point, where's your stop loss point, and where's your take profit point. Okay, I'll show on the screen already. My entry point is 113.15. Okay, 113.15 entry point, yellow color. Then the next thing is where's my stop loss point? My stop loss point identified above the resistance, which is stop loss point 114. My resistance level is 113.15. My stop loss point is 114. Okay, reasonable, quite reasonable. You put like $1.1 above your previous resistance. Okay, then where's my take profit point? My take profit point is at the support, at the minor support there. Take profit point $111. Okay, crude oil, $111. Here's my take profit point. Okay, now how you calculate? You take the distance between stop loss and entry to calculate your risk. Okay, stop loss and entry. So what's my stop loss? Stop loss is 114 minus 113.15. So my risk is 0.85 points. Okay, 114 minus 113.15 is 0.85 points. Then how to calculate a reward? You take the difference between your take profit point and your entry point. Okay, my take profit point is 111. Sorry, my take profit point is 111. Okay, then my entry point is 113.15. Okay, we take the entry point, which is higher one. 113.15 minus the take profit point 111, we got 2.5 point. Okay, 113.15 minus 111 is 2.5 point. Okay, so now we know we got already 2.5 point versus 0.81. Take 5 point risk, 2.5 point rewards versus 0.85 point risk. So now we know just need to divide it to know how many times, what's the ratio. Okay, 2.5 divided by 0.85, you got 2.9 time ratio. Okay, so is this trade worth it? Okay, you tell me. If you think it's worth it, type yes in the chat box. If you think it's not worth it, type no in the chat box. Okay, so basically this trade is based worth it okay, because it's 3 times because I mentioned to you earlier, beginner with 33 win rate need 2 to 1. Okay, now we have 2.9 times, means very close to 3 times. Okay, it's very good. It's a very good trade for beginner to be profitable in the market. Okay. So then the next thing. Okay, we already analyzed risk and reward ratio. Okay, then next thing, we want to build your trading plan. Okay, how to build a trading plan based on what I've teach you earlier. Okay, so before you build your trading plan, these are some of the questions that you need to answer. You need to ask yourself first. Okay, some of the questions that you need to ask yourself. What is your trading style? Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you a positional trader or long-term investing? Okay, so basically I will categorize it based on the period that you're holding. So when you're day trading, meaning to say you only hold for maximum not longer than 1 day or not longer than 1 day market session. So if you're trading Bursa Malaysia, it's basically from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's your holding position, not long more than that. You won't hold overnight, you won't hold to the next day. That's day trading. If you are trading US market, basically you are trading from 9:30 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. That is your holding period. You won't trade, you won't hold beyond that. Okay, that's if you are doing day trading. If you are doing swing trading, okay, swing trading means you will swing between uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend in the daily time frame. Okay, so it could be from 1 week, few weeks to few months. Okay, depending how fast the market moves. Usually, based on current market, swing trading usually hold around 1 to 2 weeks like that. Okay, because now market is more volatile, trend change more often. Okay, so swing trading is around 1 or 2 weeks like that. Swing and position trading, swing trading. Okay. Position trading and long-term investing is roughly the same lah. Okay, you hold a long position. Usually, position trading is for stock. So basically, you keep buying on every down on every reversal. Okay, we call it averaging up or could be averaging down. But the whole idea is you stick to one position only. If you are buy, you will buy at every low. Okay, you will buy at every low. That's how you do position trading. For long-term investing, basically more to fundamental lah. Okay, more to fundamental. You feel the economy, you feel like okay, let's say a few months back, you feel like crude oil already now quite low. It might go up in the future, and also you look at the economic indicator. Okay, the supply is coming down. Then you do a long-term investing. You buy now. You close your eye, put under the pillow, wherever you want to do. You don't touch already. Okay, that's long-term investing. You just buy and hold for long-term. Okay, until it reaches a point where you are satisfied, then you take profit. That's long-term investing. Dividend play also is considered long-term investing. Okay. Then after you determine your trading style, then you need to ask yourself, what time frame should I use? Okay. So for day trader, usually they go for 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes. Usually 1 minute and 5 minutes, because in a day you need have around 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours of trading time. If you use 1 hour, you only have 7 candles. If you use 1 hour time frame, and you have your trading hour is 7 hours, you only have 7 candles to trade. Basically, 7 candles is not enough to trade. So you need more candle. More candle means more information and also more trend for you to trade. Okay. So usually people will use 1, 5, and 15 minutes for traders to trade on a daily intraday trading or day trading. Okay. Then if you are using swing trading, okay, swing trading meaning to say you will hold 1 to 2 weeks. Okay. So in this one you can go for 30 minutes. 1 hour, 4 hour. Or daily. Daily is to look at the overall trend. You can use 1 hour or 4 hours to time your trade. Okay, to time your trade, meaning to say you can look for trend line break, head and shoulder at using 1 hour and 4 hours. Okay, your daily you can use to draw support and resistance line, the major support resistance line. Then for position trading and long-term investing, you can go for daily and weekly time frame. Okay, the lower time frame, less than daily and lower weekly, usually not very useful for position trading because you are looking at the long term. Okay, you will not care about all those daily noise. Okay, you are looking more to fundamentals and you don't care the daily noise. Okay, so you use daily and weekly. Okay, after you identify your time frame, the next thing is with try to use back what I shared to you previously. How to identify your trading opportunities. Okay, so the example that I shared to you is trendline break plus double bottom or head and shoulder. Okay, double bottom and head and shoulder happen first. Then the next thing, trendline break. Got 2 confirmation. Then you can enter you identify your opportunity already here. So the next thing is what? Place a trade. Enter the market. The next thing is where can I take profit? So where's the next support and where's the next resistance? Okay. Then next thing is where should I stop loss? Where for stop loss? Then you will need to find where is the previous support and previous resistance. Okay, look to the left, where's the support, where's the resistance. Then the next thing, the last thing you want to do is always record down your trade. Okay, regardless you win or lose, record it, try to do analysis, put in a trading journal. Okay, try to analysis why I win this trade, and why I lose this trade, and did I follow my plan, or if things didn't go according to plan, okay, did I perform well or did I not perform well? Things like that. You to do analysis of yourself, okay. For this for building your own trading plan, okay, you actually can arrange a coaching session with us, okay. Then we will teach you, we will try to help understand your situation, then we'll help you to build your trading plan, okay. So based on this question, we will ask you what's your trading style that you prefer, what kind of time frame you are comfortable with, okay. Then we'll share you some trading opportunity and ideas how to enter position and so on, okay. Of course, these are the trend line break and the double bottom head and shoulder is some example, okay. One of the example that you can use. There are many more ways to identify trading opportunities, okay. If you want to know more, you can join, you can arrange a coaching session with us. One coaching session is around 2 hours, okay. So we can have a few sessions, not necessarily only one session, okay, and learn how and help you to build your trading plan, okay. These are some of the free services that we offer to our clients. Okay, so then the next thing. Okay, now we go to a live analysis of stocks, ETF, and futures lah. Okay, so let me change the screen a bit. Okay, so we start off with the most volatile one or the most opportunity one, which is the NYMEX WTI crude oil futures. Okay, so you can see on the screen here is the NYMEX WTI crude oil futures November contract. Okay, November currently is the active month. Okay, now we are at September, right? So usually crude oil futures are 2 months ahead, 2 months ahead. So we're trading the November contract. Active month is also known as the contract with the highest volume. Okay, so every trader is looking at this contract. Okay, so just now I mentioned before you start a trade, before you enter into a trade, you need to identify where is your entry point. Okay, before you identify entry point, then you need to identify is there a trend line break, is there a head and shoulder. Okay, let me show you on the screen now. Is there such opportunity for you to trade? Okay, currently price here, right? Price is around, price is around 89.7 dollar. Okay, 89.72, price around 87.2. Okay, you can see the screen is currently what trend now? It's the uptrend, right? We got higher highs, higher lows. Okay, you can draw a line. You can draw a line to identify the trend. Okay, you draw a line to identify the trend, so you know what's going on with the market. You know this uptrend. So in uptrend, you only look for buy. You don't sell on uptrend unless you want to do counter trend trade, which is for advanced trader. Okay, for beginner trader, I will recommend you follow trend first. Okay, so we have uptrend here. So basically, the trend already formed quite some time since July. Okay, early July already formed, and before the trend is formed, usually there's a trend line break and also a head and shoulder formation, which I show to you now. Okay, this is the trend line break that I mentioned to you. Okay, this is the trend line break I mentioned to you. And the head and shoulder or double bottom formation, where is it? I'll show it to you now. Okay, this is where your we don't have head and shoulder formation. We have only a triple bottom. This one was double bottom, this is a triple bottom formation. So we have a triple bottom formation, come down to the support level. Okay, come down to the support level, form a triple bottom formation. Okay, price cannot go lower already. Price cannot go lower. Then what's going to happen next? We're going to have a trend line break. Okay, at around 77.35 there, trend line break. Then it go up, form a new trend. Okay, from downtrend to uptrend. Okay. For futures, one thing good about futures is you can buy or you can sell. You know, say you can enter your long position when the market is going up, and you enter a short position when market is going down. You can trade both ways, so no problem. Not like stocks, you really can trade. You only can buy up, you know, sell down. But for futures, you can trade both directions, so it's very beneficial. Okay, now if let's say you manage to catch this trend at this entry point around here. Let's say you manage to catch the entry point around here. Then where is your next take profit point? Where's your next take profit point? It should be somewhere around here. Okay, previous high here. Okay, this is your first take profit point. Then the second take profit point is somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around here. Here got more point touches. Okay, somewhere around here. This is your second take profit point. Then where's your third take profit point? Because price go up, this hindsight I already mentioned in hindsight. Okay, be somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. With the current price now. So basically now crude oil is already at resistance, the major resistance. I zoom out a bit, already at major resistance around here, $92. Okay, so if you are looking to enter for a buy position on higher time frame, meaning to say now is daily time frame. Not really possible already, but we can go now to lower time frame to repeat the same thing, whether there's trading opportunity. We go to 50 minutes. Okay, let's say like this. If I go down 50 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 minute for day trader. So for our audience here who are day trading, you can have a look at this. Okay. Okay, now we do back the same thing. Go draw back the trend. What's the current market in 50-minute time frame? What's the current thing happening? It's a downtrend. Okay, just a minute. It's a downtrend. Okay, we go draw the trend line. Connect all the highs first. Connect all the highs. Okay, connect all the highs. Now we see one thing. We have the what we call that a trend line break, a potential trend line break. But the thing is, we don't have a head and shoulder yet. Where's the head and shoulder? I can see a head. I can see the left shoulder. I can see the head, but I cannot see the right shoulder yet. I cannot see the right shoulder yet. So let me I show to you where is the okay. Okay, this is the head and this is the shoulder. Okay, problem is where is my second shoulder? I cannot see my second shoulder yet. Where is my second shoulder? Somewhere, should be somewhere around here. So we haven't identified our second shoulder yet. Okay, and also price is not going higher yet. Okay, previous high is here. Previous high is here. Okay, we don't have a trend yet. It's forming. It's starting to form a trend, but it's not really forming yet. Okay, because we haven't really break through this level yet. Okay, so we wait for our second shoulder for us to enter long position on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so this is the current situation on the 15-minute time frame. We wait for the second shoulder. Okay, potentially should form around here this area here. Okay, 89 between around $89 or $89 to $89.50 here. Okay, potentially. Okay, so let the market play out itself first. We try not to be try not to do the forecasting too much. Okay, we just wait for the market to form itself, then we wait for trading opportunity. But one thing we know, there's a trend line break, and the next thing we know, there's half of the head and shoulder already formed. We need to wait for the last shoulder to form. Okay, so we just wait for the potential. But if price come down back here, price come down back here, then price come down back here, then shoot up here. Okay, then this is a very good trade. You want to see price come back here. Okay, Okay, we want price to form a right shoulder here before shooting up. Okay, this is what we want to see. If this happens, okay, then it will be a good trade for the WTI crude oil. Okay, you are potentially catching at the low point in the 15 time frame. Okay, then where's your next take profit? Take profit level, if the price really happen, it should be somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around here. Previously price stuck here. I will look at 90.8, and the next one be somewhere around here. Okay, so this is the analysis for WTI crude oil. Okay, so then we still have some time. We try to go for ETF now. We go for the mostly traded one, Spider Energy Select ETF. Okay, the energy sector ETF in US, that has the highest volume. Okay, so let's see. This is our Points Global MY 2.0 platform. Okay, so just show you a bit of some of the features. Okay, so this platform allow you to trade both local and foreign stock at the same time. You can see on the screen here we got all these local and foreign, means Malaysia shares and foreign shares. Okay, all here, NYSE, Nasdaq, Amex, KLSE, Hong Kong, Singapore, all here, all you can see here. Okay, so we want to see what we call that, the Spider Energy Select ETF. Okay, the energy sector ETF that's mostly traded by in American Exchange. Okay, now I maximize it to show you all. Okay, now very clear is the uptrend. Okay, so we just, if let's say you are back in July, you are looking before the energy shoot up, right? You can do the same analysis here. What happened? We got the trend line break. We got a trend line break here. Okay, we got a trend line break here. Okay, trend line break. Before trend line break, what's the thing that happened? The double bottom. Okay, your double bottom is somewhere around here. Okay, we have this one not really double bottom, but it's more like a triple bottom before it should higher. And also, before even the trend line break itself, right, we already see a higher high, double high here. Okay, we got two high. We got one high. We got one high here. Then we got another high here. When just now remember when I mentioned trend is uptrend is higher high and higher low. So we got two high here before the formation form, before the higher high and higher low. Okay, that's the definition of uptrend. We already have uptrend before it breaks the trend line. So where you can enter the market is basically around after trend break. Okay, we have two confirmation. Basically, there are three confirmation. One is you will have your double bottom, triple bottom line. In this case, trend line break, and also higher high, higher low. Okay, so we have three confirmation here. Then the market should higher. Of course, during the time, there's also the General Brian has shared the Saudi Arabia, the OPEC, Saudi, which is part of the OPEC, has and also Russia has planned to reduce oil production, which is in line with this trend line break. So you have a lot of factors there playing on. That's the reason why you should enter crude oil market at that time, which is early July. Okay. Okay, so this is how you enter market. So currently, basically, there's not much chance result because we already hit the high, all-time high, 1 year high, which is at 94.7. Okay, $94 is already 1 year high. So not much opportunity you can enter. But this counter, right, if you hold long term, actually give you dividend yield around 3 to 4%. Okay, 3 to 4% dividend yield. So let's see anything that we got opportunity to enter other than this spider energy select. Let's go for the top two largest market cap of oil and gas producer in US, ExxonMobil and Chevron. Okay, this is ExxonMobil. So ExxonMobil seems like also already missed the entry point. Okay, seems like missed the entry point, but because currently it's more to a sideways market. More to a sideways market. You see, this all is basically sideways. Price is just stuck between these two levels. Now, price is just stuck between these two levels for Chevron. Okay, of course you will see a small uptrend here, but overall on the bigger time frame, this is actually a sideways market. Nothing much for you to trade. Also, one thing because of their what I call that, they have too much debt to settle. Investor are not so convinced. Okay, because oil and gas counter usually have a lot of high fixed asset, high capex, leading to a lot of debt. So have to be careful when investing in oil and gas sector. And let's go to Chevron. Chevron looks like there's a trading opportunity here. Okay, this one seems like we have a downtrend here. We are starting to see a beginning of an uptrend. Okay, let's see. Let's draw the downtrend. Okay, this kind of small point can ignore because basically market gap up and come down back. So we want to look at the point that touches the most. Okay, so what we have here, you have a double bottom. You have double bottom formation. Price cannot go lower than $150. Okay, price cannot go lower than $150. Start at 150. We have the double bottom here. Then price slowly move up. Okay, break the trend line, got energy to break the trend line. So if you are looking to buy now, Chevron could be a good buy. Okay, still haven't reached the first what we call that, the first resistance level yet. First resistance level is somewhere around $173. Okay, first resistance around $173 here. Haven't reached yet. Still a potential. Okay, then the next resistance level is somewhere around here, $180. Okay, of course, then you got the 1 year high at $190 here. Okay, that's the 1 year high. This is the resistance level. If you want to cut loss, your cut loss point should be inside the previous low. So inside the previous low and also inside the trend. Somewhere around here is your cut loss point. Your cut loss point is somewhere around here, $154. If you manage to catch it around $160, it's a very good entry up. But now it's around $167, $7 up. Okay, so but it's still a beginning of a downtrend. Sorry, beginning of an uptrend, because it just break the trend line not long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Okay, so Chevron could be a good potential stock to put on your watch list. So you wait for it, come back around 165, could be a good entry point. Okay, and also most likely crude oil prices will maintain around $90 to $100 till year end. Okay, based on current production level, unless there are new changes in the OPEC group. Okay, so follow up for Chevron. Okay, so then I think Malaysia stock, nothing much to touch, almost sideways. You can see Dialog downtrend sideways. Vincent also not very convincing, sideways. Hibiscus Petroleum, I think Petroleum interesting stock. Recently break the trend line. Okay, break the trend line and already form higher high, higher low. Okay, break the trend line, higher high, higher low. But currently start at the first support resistance level, start at first 100 and consolidating. So just let me First recent level $1.10. Okay, consolidating now sideways for around 1 week already. Okay, so might retrace first, come down first, only if it goes up again. Okay, so can put this on your stock on your watch list lah, but have to be careful lah, because Malaysia stocks, Malaysian market currently is not very convincing, not as good as US. US keep going up. Petron also nothing much to see, sideways. Indian refinery also sideways. Okay, so basically this off. Velasco also not much. Velasco already sideways, but still haven't break. It's overall it's uptrend, but already seems like sideways start between 27 cent to 20 cent for at least half a year already. Not sure whether we'll break higher or not, but seems like there's energy to break. But we might not know, might come down back or how. Okay, but just go for a counter that has clear cut opportunity for you, like those like mentioned previously, Chevron and also Hibiscus. Okay, so basically that. If you have any other counter that you wish to, ask me to do analysis or want me to share, you can type in the chat box. Okay, seems like there's no question. Okay, then it's already 8:30. So okay, so I hope everyone has learned something today. Okay, so let's go back to the slide first. Just a minute. Hope everyone have learned something today. Okay, what have you learned today? You have learned the fundamental. Okay, microeconomy and microeconomic factor we shared by Brian earlier. Okay, what you should look at. Then next thing is technical analysis. You need to know how to identify the trend, know how to determine your entry point, know how to place your stop loss and take profit, and also calculate risk and reward ratio. And last is to build your trading plan. Of course, this build your trading plan, you can arrange appointment with us, and we help you to build your trading plan, understand your current situation, and help you to be a trader and be a good trader, profitable trader. Okay. Okay, Q&A. So far, no question. Okay, so before I wrap up, if you all would like to open an account, we can do it online now. Okay, don't have to do it online. Don't have to come to our office. Okay, for stocks account and futures account. Okay, and we have a special promotion here. If you open an account first, you will get a starters trading kit, trader starter kit. Basically, you will get 2 free tickets to our personalized coaching session. Okay, this, as mentioned previously, this coaching session will cover a few things like introduction to future trading, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and also, which I mentioned earlier, also, which is to build your trading plan. Okay, and you have to help you to become kickstart your journey in trading. Okay, stocks, futures, or ETF. The next thing, you have access to tutorial video. Okay, some of the previous webinar that we have already done. Okay, we will edit the video and compile it and share to you all. So not just trading crude oil, it may be trading gold, CPO, stock index. Okay, anything that we have done previously, we will share to you. Okay, and lastly, exclusive access to our premium Telegram group. Okay, we have a Telegram group. Okay, we have a Telegram group that is only available to clients. Okay, so just let me show to you. Okay, this is our. I'm sure you can see. Sure, I can see my phone, but this is the Telegram group that we have. The Telegram group that you can that we have for our client. Okay, premium Telegram group for client. Okay, so basically these are the few things that we can offer to you once you open account with us. Our value added services lah, basically. Okay, if you want to open an account, you can always do it online. Okay, so these are our contact. Okay, we are available on Facebook, YouTube, Telegram, and also LinkedIn. And we have our Instagram page as well. And our website is www.com.my. Okay, this is my contact, my office contact. I'm based in Kota Damansara branch. This is my contact number and email address. So if anything, you can contact us. Come to visit us at our office for our coaching session. Okay. So these are promotion that Brian shared earlier. Currently, we have trade and earn with relate promotion. Okay. So basically, you trade you trade, and you will, along the way you trade, you will collect points. Okay. And you will get to redeem good price magnificent prizes like iPad, iPod, Apple Watch, Touch and Go voucher. Okay, scan this code for more info. And also we have this US index USD at 32. Okay. Okay, so thank you everyone for attending today's webinar. I hope you all is able to learn something new today. Okay, on how to trade crude oil using fundamental and technical analysis. So thank you everyone. Okay, and have a good night ahead. Bye bye.